Disarray. Hear the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild. Rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. Amongst the whispering trees, melody they bestow. Join us for the journey, let your worries go. Winding trails and paths unknown, I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. A weight lifts off, burdens start to fade in serenity, where peace is made. Join us for the journey through the trees. Nature's song brings gentle ease amongst the rustling leaves. Join us for the journey through the trees. The rustling leaves.
Okay. Okay, yeah, YouTube takes a little while. Okay. Okay, good. Your screen, you can probably see we have a question for you. Officially, the Thames Path follows the South Bank through London, but as you'll see in a few minutes, I'll walk up and I'll point the camera over to the other side of the Thames, the North Bank, and on the North Bank, if we crossed over Westminster Bridge, we would be able to take a look at the Houses of Parliament, Westminster. And of course, part of that is Big Ben, which is quite iconic for London. So you'll be able to see it from this side of the Thames. But we thought that we'd take a poll: should we deviate from the official route of the Thames Path and cross over the river and try and take a closer look at Big Ben, or are you happy for me to stick with the plan and we'll stay over on the South Bank? Let's go and have a look at the Houses of Parliament and Westminster Bridge and Big Ben, and you can tell me whether you like the look of it. So we'd like you to answer yes if you would like us to cross over the river, and no if you're happy for us to stick with the official Thames Path route and to follow the South Bank. So across there you will see Big Ben, probably quite distant in this wide angle lens, and so you may decide that you want to take a closer look. And if that's the case, all you have to do is type the comment yes in whichever social platform you're watching us, and type no if you think we should be a bit stricter and follow the official path of the Thames Path, and we'll still be able to see Big Ben and Houses of Parliament over the other side of the river, but we can get a closer look if you want. So yes to cross over the river. So those people watching on Facebook, let us know, should we cross the river? Do you want to have a look at Big Ben, or should we stick to the official route of the Thames Path? Say no if you would like us to stay on the South Bank. So let's have a little bit of a panorama shot. It was that direction that we came from 6 days ago. You can't quite see where we started, but we've been walking along the South Bank There's a pub on the Thames. I'm not quite sure whether you can read that, but there's obviously a pub on a boat. And there's the London Eye. It is moving slowly, and you can see people queued up and about to go on to the London Eye. You'll see, actually, we might take a closer look at this mechanism of people. We might actually be able to see people getting into the pods, or we may not. I'm not quite sure whether that might be shielded from view. But you can see, even at this time of the morning, it's very popular. If my experience of the London Eye is anything to go by, we'll be able to observe people with disappointed looking faces getting off the London Eye at the other end. Okay. There's lots of kids getting on there. I think maybe it'd be exciting for kids to see a nice panoramic view of London, especially if they know the city. One of the things that struck me about living in London was getting around on the underground and knowing the way that the different lines intersect on the underground. I had a very strange idea about the layout of London, because of course the London Underground map is not true to scale or shape or anything like that, and so it gave me the impression that things that were far apart on the London Underground map were geographically distant, but that's not always the case, and vice versa. Of course, things that look close may be a long way away. Thank you. Welcome to our viewer on Twitch. We're following the Thames path, and you can see dead ahead of us we've got the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. And the question that we were going to put in the poll was, should we stay on the South Bank and follow the official route, or should I cross over Westminster Bridge just there, and we can go and take a closer look at Big Ben. So yes to cross the bridge, no to stay on the South Bank. And another view of the London Eye. I'm not quite sure what we'll be able to... Yeah, it's the underside of the pods, probably not that exciting. So it looked like that queue, as big as it is, got whittled down fairly quickly as people got onto in their pod. So I think if I just stroll along here, I think I'm probably about 5 minutes away from that bridge if I walk nice and slowly. So by the time I get to the steps that go up to the bridge, I'm going to ask for Ronald to let me know whether people have decided that we're going to stay over on the South Bank with their answer of no, or whether we're going to cross over the bridge with a yes. So if you would like to have a say in this, type your answers in the comments. Type your answers in the comments. Goodness. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's the London Dungeon, a tourist attraction where you can have people scare you for thrills, reenacting, of course, the gory past of London. Let's have another look at these Houses of Parliament. Over the last few years, they've spent millions and millions of pounds upgrading them, because, of course, when they built these buildings, building standards were quite different, and old buildings are very expensive to maintain and upgrade. And wherever you are in the world, I think you'll be aware that politicians don't like to settle for second best. Given control over their own budgets, they like to reward themselves handsomely with surroundings. So all mod cons inside, of course, while maintaining the illusion of an ancient institution of democracy on the outside. Okay, so let's walk along. Shrek's Adventure. Okay. All right, let's get a move on. Okay, welcome to those people on Twitch and Facebook watching us. You'll see at the bottom of your screen we do have a little bit of a poll for this bridge coming up. If you are at all interested in having a say about which side of the river we should be walking along, whether we should go and see Houses of Parliament over there, or whether we should just stay on the south bank, give us a yes for cross the bridge and a no for stay on the south bank, and we'll follow your instructions. It's a slightly cloudy day here in London, but not too gloomy. I'm not quite sure what it looks like on the camera, but there's certainly worse days in London, and it's mild but not cold, and there's not much of a wind. It's not bad walking weather, really. Okay, so we're going to cross underneath here. We may lose signal. My experience of walking underneath bridges and tunnels is that sometimes we lose signal, but we'll be back shortly. Okay, so it looks like we're going to stay on the south bank through your. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. So I think this is about as close to the Houses of Parliament as we're going to get, and then Big Ben there, and Westminster Bridge. Westminster Bridge, of course, was the scene of a terrorist attack a few years ago. Right, and here we have a memorial to COVID. Each one of these love hearts represents someone who lost their life to COVID during the pandemic. So that's a lot of people. Let's have a look at this. National COVID Memorial. We've already passed the bridge. We're staying on the south bank. You can take down the pole if you like. I'm afraid due to people's silence, we're just going to carry on with the original route. That's fine. Just loving memories of the victims of BSE. Okay, so they do call it the National COVID Memorial Wall, but the plaque there is BSE. Human BSE is a different thing entirely. Let's have a look at. There we go. There's the Houses of Parliament on the other side of the Thames. Okay, so the plan for today is we're going to walk all the way to Putney. So we're sort of fairly central, neither east nor west at the moment. We're pretty much smack bang in the middle, and we're going to, now I think we can say that we're heading west because we're in the middle of it now. Thank you, Aisha and Aileen, for watching this. I wonder if you've both been to the Houses of Parliament. I'm pretty sure you have. So there we go. There's the COVID memorial wall. That's a lot of love hearts. Thankfully, a lot of them are not filled in with any names. So I don't know whether that means that there weren't that many people that died, or perhaps there are people who died who haven't had their name added to the wall. So, okay, let's get a move on. Okay. All right. I'll give you one last look at. Yep. Ah, watching from Dubai. Amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Your sister's put you onto this. Okay, so have I got the? Yep. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So, I wonder if this is going to make you homesick. Not that I don't think London was your home, but that COVID memorial wall goes on and on and on. So, there's a look at Westminster Bridge there that crosses over. I would say we've probably passed the busiest part of the Thames path. I think as we head out of London, we'll probably see fewer and fewer people. There'll be more greenery, although not today. We'll still very much be in London for the next few weeks. Next week we'll follow on from Putney, next Wednesday. But the following Wednesday, I believe I'll be in the Shetland Islands, up in the far northwest, northeast coast of Scotland. So I'm not quite sure what it's going to be like, but we're going to do a coastal walk. It should be quite. So we're changing programming from the first Wednesday in April, but then the following Wednesday we'll do a live stream from Italy, from the Amalfi Coast, and that will probably be a city walk along the coast. And then following that, I'll be back in the UK and we'll carry on with the Thames Path. And I think it's going to take it's going to take a while to get. It's going to take a while to finish this walk, because I don't want to rush it. But I'll take another look at this. Okay, thank you to those people watching on Facebook and our one viewer on Twitch. Hope you're enjoying this Thames Path walk. We're going to Putney. So when I first moved to London, my cousin lived in Putney, and so I used to hang out with her. We used to go to the Slug and Lettuce pub in Putney. So it was an area of London that I went to quite a lot. 20 years ago, but I haven't spent much time in that part of London for a while. So we'll get as far as Putney Bridge. Yeah, So we're going to take down that pole about crossing the river, because of course I've already passed Westminster Bridge, so there's not a lot of point in having the pole showing. So if you want to remove it now, Ronald, you can do that. There's no point in having it up. I'm not gonna go back. So okay. Okay, goodbye pole. Okay. Thames Marine Services. That's what a petrol station looks like when you're filling up your boat.
Done by ribbons and all that, absolutely gorgeous. Rest burned down.
Bicycle tour of London, that'd be one way to do it. It's central London's very bikeable because it's fairly flat. There's not a lot of hills, and a lot of the paths are pedestrianised and good for riding on if you take your time. So we may, you never know, maybe one day maybe the answer, in fact, seeing as this Thames Path walk is going to take me such a long time, maybe I should get myself on a bike and we could do a section on a bike. We could cover more ground that way. These lamps are quite amazing. Fantastic. Okay, let's see who we've got over here. SOE. Special Operations Executive. So they're definitely men and women who usually avoid the limelight and being identified. I guess that's a nice way of acknowledging them without, while still sort of respecting the fact that their job kind of depends on no one knowing what they're doing. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of a switch over here. That's better. Okay. This might be quite interesting to look at. I can't even see the "you are here." Where's the "you are here"? So we've got okay. Blackfriars, Waterloo, Westminster. So we're going to follow the river. Must loop around there. No, that's going back the other way. So that's where we've come from, and we're heading this way. I think we're already off this map. It seems a bit strange that they should put a map that doesn't actually include the place where we are. But that's what they've done. Right, so those are signs specifically highlighting what's in South Bank of London. And South Bank, although we're still officially on the southern bank of the Thames, South Bank is actually officially an area, arty, foodie type of stuff. I'm going to need to find somewhere to eat. I haven't had any breakfast yet. See the sacrifices I make to take you on trips through London for getting to eat. I'm in no danger of starving to death. I go. Okay, thanks for. Okay. Thanks for those people watching on Facebook and Twitch. We are streaming on YouTube as well, so we're trying to get our reach as far as possible. So we're on Twitch, on YouTube, Facebook Live, and we should soon be streaming to TikTok and Instagram, yeah. So if those are your preferred platforms, you can come and see us there as well. We've already got a presence there, but we need to meet certain criteria in order to be given the permission to live stream. Because we're fairly new. It feels to me like we've been doing this a while, but I was surprised when we were discussing this the other day that we've only been doing this project for a month. So it's interesting. Sculpture of the bow of a boat. It's the Sheraton symbol, so it's in Sheraton Hotel. So I think this is the closest that we've been to some Boris bikes, or Santander bikes as they're officially known. So if you tap your credit card at that booth there, it'll give you a PIN number that you can use to unlock one of these bikes. We might do that someday. Oh, okay. I was wrong. It's not the Sheraton. It's a symbol for that. I should have known from the boat sculpture, but that's the International Maritime Organisation. Similar logos, clearly very different operations. Okay. I'd be impressed if that was still in operation. It does. You'd think if they weren't working from there that they'd take the lettering down, just their historical purposes. Those doors certainly don't look easy to manoeuvre to me.
In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild.
Oh? Okay. Okay, welcome back.
Amongst the whispering
Okay. Thank you to those 3 viewers watching us on various platforms. Oh. I'm not quite sure whether you can hear that, but I can hear Big Ben chiming. It's exactly 11 a.m. in London, and I can hear well, Big Ben is actually officially the name of the bell. I can hear Big Ben sounding, letting us know that it's 11 a.m. But the microphone may not have picked that up. So the sound of bells and being able to hear a certain bell is the definition of a Cockney. So if you were born within listening distance of Bow bells, so the bells at Bow Cathedral, if you can hear them sounding and you were born within listening distance of Bow bells, you're officially a Cockney. Apparently. So I have it on reliable information. But London has so many different accents. One of the ones that you hear more and more is the youth multicultural accent of London, which is heavily sort of influenced by, well, it's probably a fusion of different groups, but you can distinctly hear that sort of Caribbean accent coming through. Okay, thank you to those people viewing. We're in London. We started off, we go back there, you should be able to see Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament and the London Eye. So in the distance there, you might see a side view of a big Ferris wheel looking thing. That's London Eye, and we started underneath that this morning, and we've been walking along the South Bank, and we're going to get as far, if we can, as Putney today.
Join us, the gentle breeze. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature. Let your worries go. So let's wander on with hearts light and free. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, it's frantic. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the my mind in disarray.
Just get okay, welcome back, ladies and gents. We have a fresh battery in our camera, so we should be good to go for a little bit longer. Let me just have a see. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, it's great seeing London. I wonder if you know London or if it's just a place that you've dreamed about going to. We've probably passed the most glitzy parts, although Putney, more residential, and we're going to, this is the Thames, so let's give us another shot of the Thames. And we'll follow this through. As I said previously, I think we're going to be forced away from the riverbank in a moment. I think there's the path will only take us too far, but then we'll eventually head back. Oh, I really hope this isn't a dead end. I hope we're allowed to get out here. All right, okay. One of our regular viewers, Nadia, has told me that when I take a wrong turn and a wrong turn and go off the path, that's her favourite part of these live streams. So I don't. And if you knew Nadia, you would know that would make sense. So where we get to, you'll be treated to some police sirens and noisy traffic for a bit, but hopefully you'll be able to hear me over. I might just quicken my pace because I think if we want to get to Putney, I'm going to have to cover quite a bit of ground. According to Google, it's a 2-hour walk from the London Eye to Putney Bridge. And I'm pretty sure that they were anticipating people walking a little bit faster than I've been walking, so let's quicken up this pace. And also there's not as much to capture your interest here. I'm not sure if this guy's, I'm not going to wait for him. Okay. So a lot of these arches for railway bridges get turned into swanky shops, all kinds of stuff. I can see there's a wine store, often cafes and coffee shops, even breweries. I think a couple of years ago I went to a brewery that was completely contained in railway arches. So you will see, we're coming up to the part of London where the Cambridge and Oxford, the boat race not the Henley boat race, and we'll be passing Henley on this as part of this series. But the Oxford and Cambridge boat race that occurs every year, I think it's in September, or maybe I've misremembered that. That could be something that might be worth live streaming. That's very sort of, something that's been going on, and certainly a very strong rivalry between the two most prestigious universities, certainly in this country. So we have 5 people tuning in. I wonder where those people are tuning in from. It's somewhere that they possibly have never been to. That's quite an unusual looking roof for a bus station. Kind of looks like an unfinished on-ramp. Let's see if we can get back to the riverbank. Okay. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get down here. This may be a lost cause. But I do like to get back to the Thames if we can manage it. I'd like to get back down there to have a walk along, and there might be a set of stairs that will take us along there. Or we may find that I need to walk back where we just come from. Even if I have to turn back, it might give me, or give us all, an idea of where the path starts, because the river wraps around. Oh yeah, this looks promising. Ah, good, here we go. Right, so ahead of us, Battersea Power Station. As soon as I get a clear, unobstructed view of it, I'll stop. It'll be very much in the distance, but we will be walking right by it, so you'll get a nice close look at it. So Battersea Power Station, as you might have guessed because of the name, was a major power generation plant in London, just on the south bank in Battersea, of all places. But it had been decommissioned for decades. And in the last 10 years it was redeveloped into a residential complex with thousands and thousands of apartments and shops. I think it's pretty much its own self-contained city. So but they've tried to maintain as much of the original building as possible. Those smokestacks that you can see at the top there, I think they actually had to be deconstructed and taken down and then put up again. So there is always the option to take the water taxi. Okay. Right, we're being told that sign there is telling us that Thames Path goes off this way. I think I'm going to do as I'm told and follow, rather than possibly take some dead ends and have to sort of backtrack. So if I pass somewhere where I can get some food, I'd be in on that. Okay, fantastic. Okay. That's fine. Cleaning some windows. Hello. What are you doing? Cleaning windows? Rather extreme. I don't think I fancy their job. They're welcome to that. So this is the Brunswick House. I was speaking to my mother the other day, and she was saying that she was going to be watching an Australian film called Death in Brunswick. They had an Australian comedy cinema night. There's a little bit of useless information for you. Unless, of course, you're interested in, 40-year-old Australian comedies, in which case Death in Brunswick is a sort of it's a black comedy, dark sense of humour, morbid sense of humour, but a bit of an Australian classic. I think we might be able to get back on the Thames, which would be great. Unless of course people are fans of suburban streets, noisy suburban streets. I don't want to deprive anyone of any experiences that might bring them joy, but I'd rather be walking along the Thames. The tower. Okay. It does look to me like I could have avoided that detour, but I was doing as I was told and following the signs for the Thames Path. Maybe I need to be a little bit more bold and recklessly disregard signs and do whatever I please, be a rebel. There's a site. Central London, there's the water taxi, part of Australia's, part of London's varied transport options. So we're now in the thank you to those people joining us for our walk along the Thames on the south bank of London. We're in the borough of Wandsworth now, so heading out to the western suburbs of London, and week by week, every Wednesday or most Wednesdays, following this path all the way to the source of the Thames, which is several hundred miles away. So we're not going to get there today. But if you tune in and if you're interested, there'll be less London, more countryside. You'll get to see all kinds of probably farms and rowing clubs, and probably in spots there'll be some yummy places to eat and drink, and I will be availing myself of their products, I'm sure. People viewing in on Twitch. Twitch is the OG of live streaming, isn't it? That's where the serious people watch. I say that in jest. Wherever you decide to tune in and follow these walks, we appreciate you. If you did feel like sort of sharing our content or liking our content or commenting or interacting and helping out in whatever way you wanted to, if you think that we deserve it, then we'd certainly appreciate that as well. Because this is a new project, and we're aware that a lot of people are interested in different locations, and as much as there's fantastic, great quality content out there on all of the social media channels, there's not a huge amount of people live streaming this stuff, and so I figured that it's kind of a nice thing if you've got that immediacy, and if you can sort of have some kind of interaction and sort of to some extent direct what happens. So there's always the option to cross over to the other side of the Thames. Both sides will be are pedestrianised at most places. Now the official Thames path fairly strictly sits on the south bank. I think in some places as we get a lot further out, it'll switch over to the northern side of the Thames, but it's pretty much all on the southern side. I don't know if there's a particular reason for that, but that seems to be the case. I'm not looking to get my name in any register. I'm just interested to see where this great river, where it all comes from. So right ahead of us, for those people who just joined in, those big smokestacks at the top there, they're part of Battersea Power Station, which let's say 40 years ago used to be a major energy plant for London, but has been out of action for a while and sat empty, and and is now sort of very salubrious. Great. Okay. So it's now residential stuff, and people need places to live. That's pretty important. But it's more than that. I think they've got all kinds of shops and bars and hairdressers and everything that people need. A bit of a, as I said before, a city in its own right, really. You could probably live there and never need to leave. So we're going to be walking right up to it, and in fact we'll be, we'll get quite a close look at it. And it's an impressively large building, as you would expect for a what used to be a power plant in one of the world's major cities. But now in other locations. Okay, so oh yeah. More building work going on here. Okay, welcome to our 3 viewers on Twitch. Thank you for joining in this Thames path walk through, we're in London at the moment, but eventually we're going to follow the Thames River all the way to its source, a couple of 100 miles out to the west of London. We started 6 weeks ago, I think it was 6, at the Thames Barrier, which is a flood defence system for London, and the official end of the Thames path. Most people, and I said it was the end because that's where people usually complete their walk. We're doing it in the opposite direction. And if you're wondering why, it was because it was more convenient for me so, to do it that way. As I get living in London myself, it's easy enough for me to get to these starting points in central London. But as I get further out of London, the logistics of getting to the start and finish of the walk each day will get more complicated. But I've got time to figure all that stuff out. So, Tideway Village. So there are, a lot of people who live on boats in London and love it. I've got a sneaking suspicion of I may have actually been there the last time I was walking
in the morning light, under sky so grey, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for a journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled amongst the whispered trees of melody they bestow. Join us for the journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. I journey deeper, feel hearts light and free, embracing the adventure that's meant to be in nature's sanctuary. Stronger over storm, on the shining of escape, the arms of life in. Nature's sanctuary, you'll discover our truth on this journey of escape in the arms of our youth. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for a journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled amongst the whispered trees of melody they bestow. Join us for the journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. The weight lifts off, burdens start to fade in the serenity of nature, where peace is made. Join us for the journey. Let your worries go. Join us for the journey through the trees, where nature's song brings joy to ease. Amongst the rustling leaves, a peaceful symphony.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties, as those regular viewers will be used to me saying. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out the logistics of this thing. So I believe that you can hear and see me now. So we'll carry on with this walk past 9 Elms Pier. So let's go for a bit of a walk. Yes, so we can. Oh, do you know what? I really appreciate those people who who stick by us. So those people on Twitch who are still watching us, I appreciate your patience. So I just, for a little bit of inside baseball, powered down the encoders, turn it off, turn it on again, as they say, and that did the job. So not quite sure exactly what the issue was, but when the solution fixes the problem, sometimes it's not always wise to keep asking why. So I remember walking past this part, I definitely, look at this, a wine tasting club. Oh, that tickles my fancy. The Institute of Masters of Wine. I like wine. I like wine. So those people are serious about their different wines and knowing the difference and being able to review them, knowing the right lingo and what's this guy doing? we all systems go, Ronald? Oh, here we go. We're getting quite close to Battersea Power Station. So I think there's clearly more development going on around here. Thank you to those people watching on Facebook and Twitch. We're just approaching Battersea Power Station, and it's several thousand apartments and shops. Okay, so we've clearly got bigger plans. That's phase 2. Wonder if I can get through there. Let's see. I haven't actually seen any no through road signs, although that's not always a guarantee that we can get through. Yeah, excellent. Good. I really hope we can get through this way. If I have to go back, I'm not going to be very happy. Oh, I don't think I can get through. Okay. I need to go back. That looks like authorised personnel only type of thing. Although we might be able to just sneak down the side here. Let's have a look. No. Okay. We're going to have to go back. Sorry, guys. If you're enjoying this street, I'm going to treat you. You can see it all over again. If you're a fan of construction and white vans, this is the live streaming channel for you. We're going to try and get to Putney and Putney Bridge in particular, and I'm going to find somewhere to go and have some lunch at that stage. And that's where we'll sign off. But Putney's still a fair distance away. First of all, we'll get a closer look at that Battersea Power Station, and walk a little bit further along Thames from there. Let's see if we can get through this way. Oh yeah, this looks promising. Okay, good. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to put this backpack on the back here. Right. Do you know what? I'm actually warm. The sun is boldly making an appearance here, and it's quite warm. And we're heading into summer, and I like summer, so things are just going to heat up. Trekking poles, so when we get to more rugged terrain, I'll have to get the trekking poles out. But I think they're a bit surplus to requirement for this type of terrain. I'm not at the stage where I need trekking poles for flat ground, thankfully. So trekking poles are one of those things that I spent a long time resisting. But then I went on some hikes, especially tough ones abroad, and people whose opinion I trusted basically told me that I was mad not to be using them, that they sort of help to distribute the load. Take it off your legs and put some of it on your arms, which usually aren't doing a lot of work when you're hiking. So for those people who are walkers and are anti-trekking poles, there's an expression in the hiking community called hike your own hikes. So certainly do as you please. But if you are anti-trekking poles and have never even given them a shot, I'd encourage you to give them a go. And there's a little bit of a period of adjustment. It feels a bit strange at the start, walking with them. But I think once you get your rhythm, you can't, I don't think you can turn back, especially in very sort of steep, mountainous environments. So that's quite that's quite an interesting facade, sort of shape to the front. I guess with that kind of a contoured front, you can have as many people with expansive views as possible. If you just have a flat facade, people don't really get that same kind of directionality of view. So that is Battersea Power Station, right there. There's someone asking for attention. So hi mate.
Hi.
Were you calling me?
Yeah, I'm calling you because I see you are recording. You are not allowed to record here unless you have permit.
Oh, okay. I'll just walk around.
Unless you got permit, if you don't got permit, it's not allowed for you to record here. If
Okay.
you got permit, that you allowed that you have permit to record on this premises, you're allowed to. But if you don't got permit, you don't record, please. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, all right, no worries. All right, I'm being told to buzz off. Okay, so not allowed to record. You'll see cameras everywhere. There's a camera. So clearly they're not against watching people. They don't mind doing the watching. Maybe they're sort of voyeurs. They want to do all the watching themselves. So I may actually still be within their purview. I wonder where this where the dividing line is between where I can film and where I can't. It's a strange one, isn't it? You know, this idea of not being able to film people, because I would have thought to some extent it was you know, public. Although, you know, this is probably all. Right, so here's the retail area. There's a right, are you still there, Ronald? Oh, yes, yeah, I can hear you. Are we still coming through? Oh, good. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that was the first time I've been challenged about sort of filming. So that was all right. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't being rude or anything, but sometimes you've got to doubt what they're saying is true. I think it's probably easier for people just to say sorry you can't do it rather than yeah. Oh well, we'll have Okay, hello Twitch viewers and Facebook viewers. Oh, I was great. I was hoping that we were going to be able to get a bit closer, but I'm a little bit reluctant to to go in there now. So we'll have Battersea Power Station will be. You've seen plenty of that already, and we'll be walking away on the other side now. So out the other side and towards Putney Bridge. So that's where we're heading now, and. I think I'll look up filming, and because to some extent I'm sure it must be sort of private property, but if you allow pedestrian, public access, it's a strange one. I need to learn more about the rights of private property, to make restrictions like that. And good luck trying to enforce it in today's day and age, where everybody is filming stuff. I'm sure if it didn't have a huge, ridiculous-looking contraption strapped to the front of me, that he wouldn't have minded. I looked a little bit. Maybe he just didn't like the look of me. That's it's almost understandable, really. Okay, so. It's an interesting looking sculpture. Okay, good. Fantastic. Yeah, no, good. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this sign and see what we've got. Wright Brothers. Battersea General Store. Interesting. I thought it might be a sculpture that you could sit on, but it looks like they've put implements in the most suitable areas to try and discourage that. Okay. Those look like comfy seats, aren't they? Okay. So I've just been told that we've still got a couple of viewers on Twitch, and so thank you for sticking by us. Welcome to our viewers on Twitch. We're in London. If you've been viewing us for a while and you like what we're doing here, do absolutely free to share the content, like, subscribe, whatever the available options are that you feel like you're inclined to do. We definitely appreciate it, because we're trying to get a little thing going where we can show you live different parts of the UK and abroad that possibly you wouldn't have access to otherwise. So what's the point of live streaming it? Well, you can be involved. So if you see something that you like and you want to take a closer look, you can help direct me. I don't mind being told what to do, and to be able to deviate from the plan in order to scratch people's particular itches. So that's what we'll do. That's the whole point of live streaming. Otherwise, there's a world of very high production value content out there of all of this. I'm pretty sure you can view these walks.
And paths unknown. A journey deeper, feeling free to roam. The way lifts off, burdens start to
Feel like if you can feel like you're here with me on the walk, and you can sort of get kind of that vibe going, then that'd be great. Oh, nice doggy. Right. Okay, I think this is get to see the underside of the bridge. Actually, that's not such a bad view of. I wonder if that's Vauxhall Bridge. I have to get my map out. I'm not much of a tour guide if I can't even tell you what bridges we're looking at. I'm not going to get lost, don't worry about that, because all I need to do is follow the river. But it'd be nice for me to be able to accurately tell you what we're looking at. I've got a blank Google map. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, here we go. It's coming through. Google Maps is behaving very oddly. It seems to not want to show me the particular area that I'm in. I'm going to shut it down and open it back up in a bit. No, it hasn't worked. Oh well, I can tell you what bridge it is when we get to it. There'll be a plaque on it telling me what the name of it is. I think it's Vauxhall Bridge. And again, Vauxhall is an area of London that when I first moved to the UK 25-ish years ago, I used to spend a little bit of time around Vauxhall and Brixton and those areas. I had friends who lived in Brixton, and so we used to go out there, but I haven't been there for a while. The last time I was there was for drinks with someone who was getting married the next day. So we went to a Brewdog brewery, had some beers to celebrate. He was being a little bit guarded about the quantity that he was drinking, given that he had to get married the next day, and he was not going to be corrupted by myself or the others who were part of the party. So, and you know, I respect that. So he's a very serious looking fella. We've got some tennis players over there. So, like I said, and I wasn't expecting it to happen this soon, but you can see spaces are opening up. There's a lot more sort of greenery than even where we started off today. Doesn't take for spaces to open up, and it's only going to increase. As we walk along this path, when we come into towns, especially around bridges, we'll see more people, and there'll be shops and hopefully places to eat. But in between, I think what you're going to find is in between those bridges now, more parks and trees and that type of thing. So Okay, so thank you for coming along on this virtual walk of the Thames Path. We started at the London Eye at 10:30 UK time, and we're going to try and get to Putney Bridge. So that's our destination. I wanted to tell you what bridge that was, didn't I? I'm trying to coax. Here we go. I was trying to. Okay, so. Albert Bridge. Battersea Bridge. Wandsworth Bridge. Putney Bridge. We're still a good distance away. I might speed up the pace just so that. Okay. Absolutely. We can do live streams from Northampton if we decide that I think there's some. I may have even been on some walks around Northampton with someone's dogs, and oh yes, I will be in Northampton. I will be doing a live stream, and I'll be bringing 3 furry friends along as well. Actually, that'll be fun. Yes, thank you, Nadia, for asking that question. Yes, there will be a hike from Northampton in April. Is it? I think it's April. Last weekend in April. Yeah. So that will be coming up. So we're trying to get a live stream calendar together so that people can know where we'll be. I might need to consult a local expert of Northampton in order to find the best places that people might be interested in that fascinating metropolis of Northampton, or the areas around there, I guess. Or we can just get in a car and go somewhere further afield. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at this. Thank you to our loyal viewers on Twitch. Still 2 viewers, still 2 people watching us. This big dog walk. So as I was saying previously, at the end of April, I'll probably be doing a live stream with 3 dogs accompanying me. So you'll get to meet Potato, Zane, and oh goodness, I'm live and I can't remember. Moose. And Moose, my favourite. How could I forget my favourite? Okay, so there we go, a Buddhist temple, or not a temple exactly. Okay, this is a nice looking bridge, don't you think? Look at that. There was some problems. I think there still are some problems with some of the bridges in this part of London needing some repair, and I think one or two of these bridges spent years closed to traffic due to delays with them saying that the bridge wasn't safe for cars to cross, and then there being some kind of a dispute between the UK and local governments about who was going to foot the bill. And so as a result, some of these very important crossings of the Thames were shut down to vehicles for several years, which either meant that people had to sort of take a longer route around and put more pressure on the other bridges, or possibly rethink the way that
Whispering trees, a melody they bestow. Join us for the journey. Let your worries go. Through winding trails and paths unknown, a journey deeper, feeling free to roam. The weight lifts off, burdens start to fade. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled amongst the whispering trees, a melody they bestow. Join us for the journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. A journey deeper, feeling free to roam. The weight lifts off, burdens start to fade. In the serenity of nature, where peace is made. Join us for the journey. Let your worries go. Join us for the journey through the trees, where nature's song brings joy to ease. Amongst the rustling leaves, a peaceful symphony. Join us for the journey, my spirit. Join us for the journey on the trail. The worries fade, spirits prevail. Our lost and sorry peace. Join us for the journey on the trail. Worries fade, spirits prevail. Amongst the towering peaks prevail. Join us for the journey. Let your spirit grow. So let's wander on, with hearts light and free, embracing the adventure that's meant to be. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind,